Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fragrant Bunker. Today we're going to review something that I just discovered by accident. We're going to review Guerlain's Shalimar Le Rituel Parfumé. What is this? The Satin Shower Oil. It says down here. The Satin Shower Oil. It's a 200 milliliter container. By the way, I am not sponsored by Guerlain or LVMH, nor am I associated with them. I bought this myself. Thank you very much with my own money. Just letting you guys know, very honest reviews and opinions on my channel always. And out of the blue, I don't even remember what I was looking for online. And I usually image search bottles if I like. Sometimes I do research on older bottles, especially, Shalimar. It's been around for 100 years. It's celebrating its 100th anniversary in 2025. So it was released in 1925 originally. And so I was researching some of the historic bottles that Shalimar had throughout the decades. And then this popped up. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. The kind of, well, not really the B bottle, but it is a classic classic Guerlain bottle. And it said satin shower oil right there, right? And I thought, oh, that's interesting. It's not a shower gel. It's an oil, but it's a shower oil. By the way, I've already showered a few times with it, and this is kind of how much I've used up already. I lavishly use it up, and it's amazing. At first, I thought it was going to be a round bottle, but no, it's kind of flat on the side. It's a 200 milliliter bottle. Comparatively speaking, we're in this realm here, and I brought out another one of my favorites, which would be the Chanel Paris Riviera Les Eaux. This is the gel, the shower gel. It's not a shower oil. And it is also a 200 milliliter bottle. Now, they're both 200 ml, and they actually cost the same. In the United States, they're both, so this one was $70. This one is also around 70 or 76. Now I forget. They're close in price, both the same size. However, we're going to put a pin in Paris Riviera just for a second. I've already gone through several bottles of this. We're going to get back to this a little bit later on in this video. Let's focus for a second on Shalimar, the satin shower oil, or let me try to butcher this in French, Huile soyeuse pour la douche. Yes, if you are a douche, you take a douche. You shower. Douche is shower, okay? So I ran to the Shalimar, to the Guerlain counter to ask them if they had it, and nobody asked for this. Meaning, like, I showed them a photo of it, and they looked it up in their system, and they said, oh, it says like we have, I don't know, 10 or 11 bottles, but we can't find it anywhere. I'm like, does it mean that it's about to arrive, or did it already arrive? And then they said, no, it says it's in stock. You know what? Hold on. Let us go to the stock room. It's a little bit like on another floor. Can you wait a little bit? We'll be back. And then I waited. And then like 6-7 minutes later, they came back with like 5 boxes they brought out of the stock. And it was brand new. Nobody asked for it. And it's been there for like, for a while. And they just forgot to bring it down because nobody asked for it. I was like the first one who asked for it. And so I didn't even smell it. It was a blind purchase because they did not have a shower oil tester there. I get it. How, like they also had no water there to wash your hands off, because you have to wash this off when you apply it. It's not an oil. It's a shower oil with a jelly texture. It doesn't really foam up like gel would when you're taking a shower or a bath, but it does give a little bit of foamage. Minimal. But you do feel how beautifully oily lavish it is, but it's not just oil. It has a thinner consistency than oil. It's thick like a gel, but it behaves in a way like an oil. It's a beautiful combination of both worlds, honestly. Oh my God, such a joy to bathe in this. And the fact that, Shalimar is very much, for me personally, a autumn, winter fragrance. Now, I did bring out for this review also my Shalimar Cologne concentration. The Eau de Cologne, unfortunately, has been discontinued by Guerlain, but I love it. Whenever I find a bottle somewhere in the wild, I buy it. I purchase it because, this is after the Extrait, my favorite concentration of Shalimar. It's so dirty, civety, animalic. Much more animalic than the other concentrations. I love it. Love it after a bath. So, matter of fact, I take a bath with this one, or I take a shower with this one, and then I apply eau de cologne after the shower. Now, they are quite different. Yes, we have that Guerlinade base, which is so typical for Guerlain and for Shalimar in particular. We do have the typical Guerlinade vanilla dry down with a beautiful opening of citruses, bergamots, and that would be in the case of both of these. In particular here, the first accord that jumps up when you smell out of the bottle is a beautiful tart quality, almost a gourmand quality of a citrus drenched in vanilla. It is delicious. Now, as this one goes more deep into the dry down, while you're showering, you already hit the dry down. This is a little bit uh, the negative to this perfume, to this shower oil. It doesn't last very long on the skin, right? It lasts while you're showering. You feel like $1,000,000. It smells incredible, beautiful for cooler weather. Beautiful, like I said earlier, cologne, also nice in summer, but usually my more intense Shalimars, the eau de parfum and the extrait, I like to use those, or the millésimes, I like to use those towards the end of the year and when I am in the northern hemisphere at least. There's just a warmth to them that kind of emanates from their core. It's such an alluring, inviting fragrance, and the Guerlinade dry down is mesmerizing. So this one is particularly beautiful this time of year. Chanel, you should take note. Maybe don't just make Les Exclusives oils. Maybe also do a shower oil. That would be amazing. Could you imagine a number 22 shower oil? Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, so this one really hits the spot for me this time of year, right? I like October, November, December, January, February. Soothing, warm. When you're taking a shower, this one smells of warmth, of coziness, of a cashmere scarf or a blanket. It's very soothing, healing, comforting to smell. But then once you're out of the shower, you dry yourself off with a towel, you still smell the smell maybe another 30 minutes, and then it's gone. Okay, that's the downside. But is it still worth it to me? It is, because in the moment of the shower, like taking the shower and drying yourself off after the shower, like that short period of time becomes so special, because it's kind of the framework to all of that is the smell of this, and it just makes you feel really special. Then, however, what lingers on the skin is the softness, because before I started filming, I took a shower, and the skin is really nice and supple after this thing. And I didn't even have to put a cream after. You could, but I didn't. Now for the smell, interesting that it's not your typical Shalimar Guerlinade. Original and older formulations of Shalimar have a more of a powdery, spicy dry down. While I've noticed in recent years, newer iterations of Shalimar, newer concentrations of Shalimar, newer flankers of Shalimar all have something in common, and that is a specific kind of new vanilla. Maybe they have a new vanilla type of extraction, or also quality of vanilla, not just since LVMH took over, because many years after LVMH took over Guerlain, they started kind of changing the way they approach vanilla at Guerlain. Just my opinion. Like I always say in my videos, everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's a legend, just my opinion. But I have noticed, comparing to my older batches of just the classic Shalimar, eau de parfum, eau de toilette, extrait, to the newer flankers and iterations, including the millésimes, I've noticed a different type of vanilla. So this one, more than smelling of your classic Shalimar eau de parfum or Shalimar extrait or Shalimar eau de toilette, this one actually, to me, smells more like this little baby here. The Shalimar Millésime Iris, the Iris Millésime. So, I mean, the iris is spelled out here on the sticker at the bottom. Very tiny. You probably can't see it on camera. It says Shalimar Millésime Iris down there. Super tiny. But yeah, I love Millésime Iris. This is a limited edition millésime that they released 2 years ago or 2 winters ago. And then last winter they released Millésime Jasmin, the Jasmine millésime. This year they did not do a millésime because this year is the 100th anniversary of Shalimar, so they released the Shalimar Essence, the essence of Shalimar. I did get a test, not a tester, I got a sample of it, and I am testing it out before I decide if I want to purchase a bottle or not, or review it or not. And I'm thinking about that. We're going to get back to the Essence maybe in another video. And a lot of you have been asking me to review it because you guys know how much I love Shalimar. It's just that I'm still not fully convinced with the Essence. The vanilla in it, there's something about it that I really have to test it out a little bit more to figure out if it's something for me or not. There's something synthetic in there that I'm irked by right now. But I might get to understand it better. It might unlock an explanation emotionally within me that I kind of start liking it. So for now, I'm going to let's just put a pin in a Guerlain Shalimar Essence, which was released for the 100th birthday of Shalimar. So let's put a pin in it. We're going to, get to it. I might even buy a bottle to just be able to test it out properly, not just with a little teeny tiny spray sample that, to take, just for the sake of, because they did release it in several sizes, I think like a 30, 50, 100 ml or 30, 50, 90 ml. So let's put a pin in Essence. But as for this baby, totally convinced me. Bought it blindly, even if they did not have any testers in the store. And but the satin shower oil Shalimar Guerlain does have a base that is very, to my nose, reminiscent of Millésime Iris, the Iris millésime of Shalimar, which I adore. And I did buy 2 bottles of this one when it was first released. It was really hard to get this one. It was sold out everywhere. I was a little bit late to the game, but I did manage to find one more bottle. And the dry down of, you know what? No, I can't spray it on right now because I have to also I have to also deal with other perfumes later. So, I can't, I love it to bits though. I mean, look, half a bottle is already empty and I have a lot of perfume. So obviously, you know how it is. If you still manage to use up so much it means it's really good. And, oh, it's that burnt vanilla accord in the dry down of the Millésime Iris that I adore. And I didn't smell that burnt vanilla in the Essence, right? But I do smell it here. I do smell it in the shower oil, and I love that particular accord so much. Check out my review of the Shalimar Millésime Iris. I've given this its own proper review, and it is kind of a aurora borealis type of moonlit sky in a forest. The setting is very much we are at a campfire site in the middle, lost in the woods, and the crackling of the burning woods and the vanilla kind of gets to us. And so it's a very interesting story connected to Shalimar Millésime Iris. So check out my review of that one. If I do get a shopping link to this one, I'll post it somewhere on my video. However, I don't think I will because, like I said, this one was gone super fast. It's been 2 years, so I don't know if there's any stock left over anywhere. But if you missed out on this one and you want to feel a smidge of what the dry down was in this majestic perfume, it's kind of in here. Slightly different, of course, but that vanilla dry down is definitely delivering that burnt vanilla accord. Now, for the packaging, this is how it looks like. Very dark blue, and it's a fingerprint magnet. And you do have on the top the Guerlain logo embossed in the gold. We also do have a little embossed Guerlain logo there, the GG. It's interesting how everybody does the doubles. Cartier does the CC, Chanel does the CC, Gucci does the GG, Guerlain does the GG, Fendi does the FF. They all do the double thing. They all started. I wonder who started this first and everybody started copying it. It's a little bit annoying that they're all doing the doubles. But anyway. It says it's valid 24 months after opening it. And that's what this means, you guys, for those of you who don't know with cosmetics. It's kind of like a little cream container, and you see how the lid is lifted. It's supposed to represent a lid, And when the lid is open, they're telling you, oh, look, now your product is open. Once you've opened it the first time, they say the clock starts ticking. It's kind of okay for 24 months. Now, 24 months means that there's not a lot of naturals in here. There's a lot of synthetics in here to preserve its uh, quality so that it doesn't spoil and go rotten or moldy, and that's why it has some chemicals in there. I know some people are very much into only naturals and they say, oh, it's toxic if it has synthetics, but truth be told, also naturals can be very toxic. So I always say, if you're very worried about that, consult a doctor and a physician, because I am no doctor. Consult them to let you know what is toxic and particularly bad for you or in general, right? I'm going to take my chances because life is difficult enough as is already. So I'm just like, you know what? You got to pick and choose your poison, right? Perfumes are mine. And this is the list of ingredients at the bottom here currently. And I think this is at the bottom, we do have the formulation code or the formulation code, which is it's either 21471 or 2I47I or 2I471 or maybe what's it say? No, it's 21471. There's no letters there. I think they hear this thing at the bottom there, 21471. So we have water, propanediol, cocoa betaine, cocoa mida propyl betaine. Then comes the fragrance. Then we have the methyl glucose, glycerin, disodium glutamate. Oh gosh, so many of them. Well, you can kind of take a screenshot and analyze these to your joyful liking. If you are a perfume nerd like me, I love to read all of these. So these are the ingredients right now. Let's see if this product keeps being, produced. If it's not a one-time limited edition thing, who knows how these ingredients are going to look like, let's say 2 or 3 years from now, with new batches that will be made 2 or 3 years from now. This is also why I like to show the ingredients in my videos, because then we can we have them as a timestamp in time, and then we can go back to the videos to check like, oh, how was it back in 2025 and blah, blah, blah. As I'm filming this video, it is 2025. On the side of the package, we do have the description of the product in other languages, including French, English, German. I don't know what the fourth language is. Olio doccia is Italian. Aceite de ducha is Spanish. Then I guess we have Portuguese after that. We have Greek after that, and so on and so on and so on and so on and so forth. The bottom, we've already seen it, but we do have a little scan code, something, something. Oh, interesting. We have the batch code here, which is, as far as I can see, what is it? 50. Wait, let me read it here. This is really hard to see, you guys. What is this? 5C01. And it is etched in there. It's super hard to see above the barcode. 5C01. Is the batch code that I got. And then the inside of it has also beautiful little tiny embossed Guerlain logo on the inner lid. You can see it there. White on white is kind of hard to see. There, you see it. And then it's just your classic little protective little cardboard thingamajig in there. And then at the top, we do have a little instruction warning. It says, first in French and then in English, rinse skin after use. In the event of contact with eyes, rinse immediately with water. And then the other side is just bare. So, yeah, it's kind of, I know I chose this background as well for a reason. It's kind of an arid, it's like a tundra of sorts. It's giving me very much that particular burnt vanilla vibe. That's why I chose this background. There's a tree growing there, but it is autumny. You see, there's still a little bit of green there, but there's green there as well. Evergreen plants, maybe trees. But we are getting into autumn, and things are getting more arid, more dry, and so you need to combat that by having some lavish vanilla accord to warm us and cradle us and get us through the upcoming cold, maybe depending which part of the world you're in, winter, and also autumn. Autumn can also be very dreary and very humid and very cold. It's a beautiful smell. It's a soothing, soothing smell. You know, the quality, I told you to put a pin into Paris Riviera. The quality of this one in terms of smell, like I said, longevity, not really there. This is an issue that we had with the the corpse gel douche. Oh man, just gotta love the French thing. It just makes it sound like it's Halloween and it's a it's a gel for corpses. But it actually means body in French. So anyway, Chanel discontinued their shower gels 2 years ago. And the Les Eaux shower gels were the ones that were like completely gone. You could not find them. Then they brought them back after like a year and a half or two. And I just went on one of those Chanel perfume master classes that they do. They invite some customers, like good customers, to go on a little journey to hear about the history of their perfumes. I mean, it's nothing that I didn't know already, but it's always lovely. You go there, you sit down, you smell the perfumes, you talk to people, you get a little tea, a little drink. And I did learn one thing, if we are to trust all of the sales representatives, but it sounds about right. Don't forget, Chanel is privately owned as a company. They're not on the stock market. There are no shareholders. They can do whatever they want with their products. They don't have to answer to any shareholders on a quarterly basis, which means they have the privilege to just not do things in a normal kind of standard commerce type of way. So the representative for Chanel was saying that Olivier Polge, who is currently the head perfumer at the House of Chanel, did not like the intensity of the smell of the shower gels and the longevity, because he said, some people don't want to wear the perfume. They just want the shower gel, and they want the shower gel to last. Softer, more delicate than a fragrance, but they want it to last. So he said, we're going to have to work better on these, because I want the clients that allegedly, I'm just telling you what I heard the sales rep tell me, that allegedly he wanted to rework the formulas of all of the shower gels to make them more intense and long lasting for those people that don't want to buy the perfume. They just want the shower gel. Or just the body lotion, because these are available also as body lotions. So once they brought them back out, indeed, when I take a shower with Paris Riviera, by the way, Paris Riviera, of the 5 currently available Les Eaux de Chanel, this is my favorite shower gel version. I love this one. Paris Riviera, beautiful neroli, beautiful citrusy accord in here. It's just divine. Love it to bits. It's so beautiful. I like it actually more than the perfume. The shower gel is just beautiful, but summer, summer, spring, maybe late summer, early fall. And now it smells a little bit too summery for me for autumn and winter. And that's when this kicks in, because this has that warmth, that hug, that snuggly hug. I just wish that they thought about longevity when they made this one, like they thought about longevity when they reformulated this one. So kudos to Chanel on that point for having added more intensity to their Les Eaux shower gels. Because now really, after I take a shower with this one, like I smell it on me for 2 hours at least, It lingers. It definitely lingers. It's present and it's really beautiful. Paris Riviera is the one to go with, in my humble opinion, if you're going to choose one of the 5 shower gels from the Les Eaux range. Make this one a little bit more intense, long lasting, and you got yourself 100% full blown winner, in my opinion. Price, that's what are you going to do with these luxury brands? These are the prices now for their mass release products. It's not a exclusive item. This oil, it's not like one of their Matière La, their Matter and Art perfumes, like Chanel has Les Exclusives, like Hermès has Hermessence, like Dior has Collection Privee, or it used to be called Maison Dior. This is kind of one of their mass released items, right? So yeah, still love it to bits. Love it to bits. What can I tell you? I'll definitely use this even more than the Shalimar perfume because while I do, bath or shower a lot, I don't have a ton of different shower gels, right? But I do every day kind of tend to use different perfumes, but I don't tend to have like 50 different shower gels, like no, or shower oils. This is the only shower oil that I have. So I'll be using this a lot. So technically, you have to be even more careful when you select a shower gel, shower oil, than you are selecting a perfume because you can have a lot of different perfumes. But when it comes to shower and bath oils, you don't really have a lot. At least I don't. So this one was a very good pick. It's soothing. It doesn't annoy me. It doesn't bite. The smell is very calming. It's very healing. And I just crave it, and it makes taking a shower just that much more fun. And when you feel lazy or like on the weekend on the couch, you're like, oh, I'm gonna take a shower today. And you're like, yeah, but I really wanna smell Shalimar in the shower again. So you kind of you go for the clean because you got something, you got a little reward, when you go to shower. I know some people love to take showers. I take a lot of showers, but I don't like it because I know it's not the best for your skin. Also to like overdo it. But then again, when you have something that smells like so inviting, like this little baby, you're just like, oh yeah, let me do it. Let me do it. So let me know if you got yourself a bottle of this down below, if you like it, if you don't like it, or which would be your favorite shower gel / shower oil. By the way, this is not a bath oil. Is it a bath oil? No, it's a shower oil. Like, do you know of any other shower oils out there? Look at that. It says literally satin shower oil. Do you know of any good shower oils out there that are really amazing? Not oils to just pour into the bath. That's a different thing. This is a whole other consistency. It's like in between an oil and a gel. It's so cool. Very interesting consistency. I love it on the skin. And I love this little plastic ball that looks like a crystal ball with the Guerlain logo on top, and then it has like fully it's a full chunky piece of plastic. I wish I wish you could take off the ball off of this, and just have the little ball as a marble ball. I love little details like that. Anyway, let me know down below your thoughts. Subscribe, thumb up the video. I repeat, I was not sponsored. I bought this myself. Thumb up the video, subscribe, and never give up on fragrant love. Bye.